What's up, guys? Mitch Raposo here, fighting out of Regiment Training Center, fighting for the AMMO Fight League Flyweight title October 13th at the Big E. Extremely tough, like especially in August, at 6 guys turned down the fight, so I had to fight Grostic again. So now it's another rematch. The fights, as far as I'm fighting 2 guys, like the rematch, not really a big deal. It's amateur. They're tough dudes, so I'm just lining guys up, getting my experience. It's not really a big deal if it's the same guy. I'll fight the same guy every time, as long as I'm getting that experience in front of the crowd and getting more and more comfortable. That's all that matters to me. Oh, awesome! And it was like, you know what I mean? That was my first fight, and he's a tough dude, especially out of a tough gym. And I was, 18 years old. Like that was a lot. You know what I mean, for me, and like a big moment for me, especially at a young age. So it was a good time, and it was dominant. You know what I mean? Like it was dominant, and I performed well. But I've had 4 fights since then, so I'm ready to do the second one. I think it's gonna be completely different. He's only fought 1 gym. You know, he's fought us, and that's it. And he fought my buddy Matt. He was actually very skilled. You know, he's been training since like his whole life too. And I watched that fight, and I had a feeling that I was gonna fight him again. You know, he squeaked out a close split decision. You know what I mean? It wasn't. I saw his interview, and he talks like he was a dominant win or he's improved dramatically. It was a very close fight. You know what I mean? So I think he's improved. He fights a lot smarter. I still feel like I fought the most dangerous version of him because of how aggressive he was and how raw he was. I think technique, I don't think anybody around here is on my level. So I think if he fights like that, I just think it's just gonna be, it's more convenient for me. You know what I mean? So I think he's made improvements, but at the same time, I think his style is just bad matchup for my style. I think skills-wise, yeah, I think you put him against pretty much everybody I face, I think he beats everybody I face. I think he beats Grostic, Lassard, and Mendola. He's skilled, he's legit, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I think, yeah, I think he deserves it, because I think he'll beat any dudes I face. You know what I mean? He's still not on my level, but at the same time, I think he deserves it. Regardless of the small number of fights, I still think he deserves it. Just being more comfortable, killer instinct. Like, you see in my first fight, it's just every fight, like especially early in my career, just one thing a lot of dudes like as amateurs they learn like from losing and stuff like that. I feel like I haven't lost, but the one thing I have learned is just being comfortable and going for the kill. I've learned that with experience. So now that's what you're seeing now. You know what I mean? And you're gonna see every single fight I get more and more dangerous, and it's gonna continue like that. You know what I mean? Until I get to the pro level. I'm built for the pro level. You know what I mean? Especially longer rounds, more weapons. So people can say about me having decisions and all that, but I haven't even lost a round yet. So every fight, I'm just going to get more and more comfortable. The finishes will come. So I've actually been sparring with Andrei Sukmatov for this fight. I mean, he has a huge fight against Gavin Tucker. I'm pretty similar to that type of style. I move my feet a lot. I strike a lot from angles and stuff. So my manager, actually, Andrei's manager, Tyson, brought me in for his camp. So I actually just got some sparring done with him. You mean every Saturday at Lozon's with guys like Rob Font, you mean Randy Costa, you mean Calvin Cater. So I spar with some of the best dudes in the world. You know what I mean? I know David, that's one of the big things he said is Cornerman's like the best in New England. That's cool, like, you know what I mean? But I spar with some of the best guys in the world. You know what I mean? So I know what level I'm at, and it's really that simple, man. It's just the confidence you can get from going with guys like that. That's why I'll fight anybody. Anybody in New England, amateur, pro, I don't really care who it is. I know what level I'm at, and that's the type of confidence you can get from sparring with guys like that. Huge opportunity. So I actually, last year around this time, I sparred for the first time with Rob. We were just a typical Saturday morning. You know what I mean? He probably just saw me. He didn't really expect much from me. And we sparred once, and he kind of took me under his wing and told Tyson about me, and Tyson watched me spar, and we just stood and like connect. So every time Rob had a camp, they brought me in for sparring, and we just had a close relationship. So we were always kind of in talks about him managing me, and I think after my last fight and me turning pro probably after this one, it's just a no-brainer. You know what I mean? I think he knows my potential, and I know that there's nobody more legit around here than Tyson. And I know he'll get me to the UFC, and he'll get me to where I want to go. But it's just stuff like this, man. It's more pressures for me. It's like people say, I'm sure David's thinking, and all these guys are thinking that I'm feeling tons of pressure going into next weekend because of all this news. I don't feel none of it. You know what I mean? Pressure makes diamonds in the sport. I know I'm destined for huge things. So, you know what I mean? As far as him being the first amateur, I think, honestly, I deserve it. I've been working hard since I was 12 years old. I deserve everything that's coming my way and continue to come my way. You know what I mean? Just keep doing what I've been doing. You know what I mean? Since I was a little kid. You know what I mean? Have fun, train. I mean, the last week kind of sucks, cutting weight, but I have fun with it. Enjoy the process. You know what I mean? I don't get nervous about this stuff. This is what I love to do. This is what I'm going to be doing my whole life. So I'm just going to enjoy it, you know what I mean? Saturday night, I'm going to do what I do. It will be my last amateur fight because I will dominate like I always do. And I'm built for the pro level, and I'm jumping to the pro level. So Instagram, Mitch Raposo _, Twitter, Raposo _, and Facebook, Mitch Raposo. Huge shout out to Regiment Training Center, man, X1 Fitness. You mean my training partners, Aaron Hughes, Donovan Torres, Kelly Miner, Cal Makeda, Rob Font, all those guys, man, getting me ready for this fight. And I can't wait for Saturday night.